Okay, I'm locked in. Every single day I be locked in. Focused all the way, man, I'm locked in. From the time I wake, I be locked in. I don't need no break. Okay. Let's play. I say ain't nothing but my grind on my mind. See, we started with nothing, then we climb, then we gonna keep bucking till we finally shine. Indeed, I keep them ducking, baby, time after time. I say ain't nothing but my grind on my mind. See, we started with nothing, then we climb, and we gonna keep bucking till we finally shine. Indeed, I keep them ducking, baby, time after time. I said it's getting hotter out that flame I came. They try to stop me, straight up block me through that pain I've gained. A newer way, pursue my rays. Look, I don't cry no more. I just load up my mind and let my grind go show. Cause I'm locked in. Every single day I be locked in. Focused all the way, man, I'm locked in. From the time I wake, I be locked in. I don't need no break. Okay. Let's play. Sorry, ain't no conforming. They'll know when I come for them. They don't know what I'm forming. They get low while I'm soaring. Ain't nothing about abnormal. No, he abnormal. Bad for you, ask for who downs I shout. I'm mad for you. No debate, I flow grade 8. Luckily they with me now. Sit back, watch a procreate. I spit raps that'll glow through hate. Stay focused on your biz and don't you ever focus. Stay focused on your biz and don't you ever focus. I'm locked in. Every single day I be locked in. Focused all the way, man, I'm locked in. From the time I wake, I be locked in. I don't need no break. Okay. Let's play. Okay. Let's play.
What up? Welcome back to Sip the Talent Films. I'm your host, Coach Evans. And today, we're going to talk about this Ravens job search. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the information that I have, acquired throughout the day of, who they interviewed and whatnot. And I'm going to go through, and talk real briefly about who they are and are they interviewed or are they supposed to be coming in for an interview. And then I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to tell me which coach you want and why. So with that being said, it's going to take me probably about 10, 15, or maybe 20 minutes to get through what I have. Then on the back end of that, I'm going to open up the call lines to let you guys, give me your 2 cents on who you think is the best candidate, or not even the best candidate. Who do you want and why? So that's the gist of what's going on today. And so I appreciate y'all for coming through. Now, in fact, let me give a couple of shout outs after this super chat, then we'll get into it. We got 86 Ghost trolling already. He says, what if we hired Harbs back, but he got no team control and we chose his coordinators? I choose violence. Yeah, you do choose violence on that one, because I don't think nobody would want that. Nobody. But what up, Urban? Appreciate you for coming through. Who else we got? Who is this? Solo Truth. Appreciate you for being locked in as well. Sharukin, appreciate it. Oh, that boy in the gym in there. That boy in the gym. Somewhere I need to go, but I ain't going today. Who's this? Kasari, Klint, or Brian? Let's go get him with Tom in the picture. What up, Chef? Appreciate you. 86 Ghosts again. My bad. Just trying to get through and make sure I say, what up, Cam? What's good? Appreciate you. Neuropsych. Appreciate you for coming through. Chaos. Kevin Spencer says, what up, Sippers? What up, Kevin? Appreciate you. Who else we got? Wayne. Appreciate you, Wayne. Appreciate you for coming through. Frank. Damon, Naughty Boy. Should be close to the bottom now. What's this? What's this one? Tay Gotti. Appreciate you. Hey, that's a fire picture right there, Tay. With the Ravens hat and the light. That's fire. I like that background with the purple lighting in the background. You gave me ideas. Don't be surprised to show up tomorrow. I got purple lightning behind my head. I never thought about that. Appreciate you, Tay. Let's see who else we got. Who else? Say locked in Baltimore Ravens. Appreciate you for coming through. Who said? Appreciate you, Jared. Shelly, appreciate you. Mike. What's this one? Bowman. Zapaya Bowman. Appreciate you. Ear. Teacher Nick, however you say it. Joseph, appreciate you. Chris, what's good, Chris? Hey, Chris. Heard y'all got a nice little YouTube hire in y'all front office, in y'all Alabama A&M office. Heard y'all got a nice little YouTuber that y'all hired to be your what they call it, the external relationships. I can't, some kind of, it sounds like a made up name, but just Alabama A&M folks. 12K Tay, appreciate you for coming through. Appreciate it. This one is Amani. Appreciate you, Monty, for coming through. We're going to be through in a minute. Intangible. I got to say shout out to my people, man, because, y'all do a good job of supporting me. And I'll be, amazed at the support that y'all do. So I just want to say hello to everybody before we get into it. Devin, appreciate you. I'm trying to make sure I ain't missed nobody. Talik, Banks. What else we got? Who else? I think that's about it. And Jonathan. That'll be my last one. And Jay, or is it IRMH? Appreciate it. Now we're going to get into it. So the Ravens have conducted interviews. And again, I'll be dropping the link so you guys can join in about 15 minutes. They've conducted interviews with some folks, and they got some folks on the hook. I'm going to read to you some things about some people. And we'll start with Vance Joseph. And I'm going to read you a little bit about Vance Joseph. He's the DC for the Denver Broncos. Let's see where we at. DC Vance Joseph from the Denver Broncos. Vance has led one of the top defenses in the NFL over the past few seasons. Since Mike McDaniel left, because we led the league in sacks that year, the Denver Broncos have led the NFL in sacks. I talked about Vance Joseph one day last week. But the thing with me is if we get Vance Joseph, I won't beat T. Jordan as well. He's the guy that actually works with the top edge guys in the NFL. Maybe not the top one, whoever you type, but like maybe not Miles, but a bunch of them next tier guys, he worked with them and get them right. And so he's been a part of the reason why I think the Broncos have been sacked monsters these past 2 years, on top of the fact they got good players as well. So let's not forget they got good players as well. It says a 53-year-old has plenty of experience, including head coaching gig with the Broncos from 2017 to 2018. What I will say about this, before I put this picture up there, I had to go do a side-by-side with him and Raheem. So I was like, man, this look like Raheem. If y'all don't know, I'm talking about the Falcons coach. I was like, man, this looked just like Raheem. I had to go check and make sure the Ravens didn't put the wrong person on a graphic. But that's Vance Joseph. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and drop this because I'm going to go through these pretty quick. Next one, Davis Webb. But give me a second to put the link up there. Now, if you come in while I'm doing this, give me a minute to get through what I got to get through. So don't just know. Paste. All right, it's not. Davis Webb. A little bit about Davis Webb on that Broncos staff as well. And for those that don't know, the Broncos didn't have a game this week. That's why we were able to interview their guys. And so Davis Webb is a passing game coordinator for the Denver Broncos. Now, if you know, like I know, their passing game ain't the greatest. But I don't know if that's an indication of who he is as a coach, like a whole coach. Maybe they ain't got, they got Sutton, and, Bo Nix is okay. Let's just keep on. I don't want to get on that tangent. I will be here all day if I do that. Davis Webb is a former NFL quarterback who's been gaining a ton of buzz over the past week. He's just 30 years old, but has already played a key part in Denver's success with quarterback Bo Nix. Webb has been the team's quarterback coach since 2023 and an added offensive pass game coordinator to his resume. in 2025. Safe to say he's made an immediate impact as the Broncos rank 11th in pass yards per game this year and finished the regular season with the best record in the AFC. Man, didn't know they was that high in passing. All right, so that's Davis Webb and you know what he brings to the table. All right, let's keep rolling. Next up, Kevin Stefanski. I didn't mean to butcher your name, Kevin. I'm sorry. I had thoughts that I didn't want to share with y'all, and it kind of came out of me messing his name up. But all due respect, I apologize. I'm trying to be professional. Like Harbaugh, Kevin Stefanski found himself out of a job at the end of the regular season. The Cleveland Browns fired him, but he remains a highly touted coach. Stefanski was the head coach in Cleveland from 2020 to 2025. He was the NFL Coach of the Year in 2020, which was his first year, and in 2023, and led the Browns to the playoffs in those years. The Browns had trouble finding their franchise quarterback during Stefanski's tenure, and many believe that if he had a stable quarterback, his results might have been different. You could say that. You could. His tenure in Cleveland has been marred with no quarterback. And y'all know, like I know, if you don't have a quarterback in the NFL, you're bound to drizzle. If you don't have a quarterback in the NFL, you are bound to drizzle. And so Stefanski didn't have a quarterback. I don't really like the Shador situation, but that's me on a personal level because I'm a fan of Shador. But it just seemed kind of flaky over there. And then to see him play, and he was clearly better than Dylan. Now, was he better than Joe? Joe was probably the best to start for him and let them guys get their feet wet. But and even though he won Coach of the Year those 2 times, I still think Schwartz is the reason why he won Coach of the Year because their defense has been amazing. And not to say he probably don't have a hand in the defense in some kind of way. I don't even know what Stefanski's background is. Like what did he coach in the past? I'm gonna go do a deep dive on these folks here in a little bit, but I don't want to do that on screen because you guys waiting to to get in on the conversation. I'll do that another time. All right, next up, Klint Kubiak, which is a bunch of people's favorite at this point. Klint has been possibly the hottest name in coaching cycle thus far. Klint's name is floating around like what's the Bears coach? Ben Johnson's name was the last 2 years. That's how people are talking about Klint now. He's 38 years old. He's already proven himself as an offensive mastermind with plenty of experience already on his belt. Kubiak joined the Seattle Seahawks as their offensive coordinator in 2025 and helped pave the way for the most electrifying passing duo of Sam Darnold. Man, I laugh saying that. Sam Darnold and JSN, which is Jackson Smith and Jigba. And if you don't know, I personally think JSN and Puka Nacua are 1-2 for best receivers in the league right now. Not as they total body of work, but like just this season, what they've done this season. Prior to that, he was a New Orleans Saints offensive coordinator from 2024, passing game coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers in 2023, passing game coordinator and quarterbacks coach for the Broncos in 2022, and offensive coordinator for the Minnesota Vikings in 2021. That was Klint Kubiak has done so far. That's a lot of folks' favorite going forward. All right, next up. Let me drop this again. Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy is a name that I really hope that he don't make the final cut. And nothing against Matt. I like some of these other people's names on this list, better. And we'll get to him in a minute. But Matt Nagy is in his second stint of offensive coordinator at the Kansas City Chiefs after impressing from 2016 to 2017. He led the head job with Chicago Bears in 2018, was fired 3 years later in 2021. He's back in his role as OC since 2023. I think that's when he got rid of Bieniemy, and is continuing to learn from one of the best coaches in the league, which is Andy Reid, and that's Matt Nagy. Next up, guy that was in the DMV area this year, probably was headed to Bali again, but maybe not headed to Bali, so forth, is Klint Kingsbury. And, we know Klint's track record, but he was the OC in Washington last year. He got fired again. He joined the Commanders as offensive coordinator in 2024, propelling them to the NFC Championship game. That was his first year there, and they went to the NFC Championship game with Jaden Daniels. And keep in mind, this year, Jaden didn't play much. Didn't play much at all. And so you had to deal with, was Mariota his backup, I think? And, you fired him because Mariota was his. Okay. All right. All right. Kingsbury can truly get the best out of his quarterbacks in college. He coached Patrick Mahomes and Caleb Williams, and in the NFL had a huge role in the development of Kyler Murray and Jaden Daniels. And that's the quick, short resume of Klint Kingsbury. And I will say this. Outside of football, that's a cool son gun, boy. That son gun so cool. Outside of football, he's so cool. That boy be fly, be debonair. Like the house he had in Arizona with the glass, man. Bruh. I ain't seen it, so she might not be in here, but you had that kind of pad in Arizona and a single man, bruh. Hey, we're just gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that. All right, next on the list. This is the Bills defensive coordinator. What's that boy name? Where is his name? Joe Brady. That's his name. I keep forgetting. Joe Brady. He's the offensive coordinator for the Bills right now. They can't really do anything as far as scheduling an interview with him because his team is still playing. But he coached Joe Burrow in college in that 2019 LSU team. And whether you feel like the team was stacked, but he was the coordinator of the offense then, and they put up ungodly numbers. And if you don't know, I'm just going to go off the top of my head who was on that team. Joe Burrow, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Randy Moss' son was a tight end. Who else was on that team? Offensively. The entire O-line got drafted as well. I'm trying to see if they had another receiver. I thought they had another receiver. I can't remember. But, on the defensive side, Queen and all the mother boys was on that team as well. But he was the conductor of that team right there. All right, next. Robert Salah. This is a name that has really, 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 really getting traction with me. To see what he has done with all those injuries to his team, like his lead dog ain't been there forever. His lead dog ain't been there forever. And they still had a chance to be the number one seed in the NFL. That is impressive. That is impressive to me. Didn't do well in the Jets, but shit, who does? Who does do well with the Jets? Nobody. Let me get up to my little thing for Salah. Here it is. All right, may not be a better defensive-minded coach than Robert Salah. He led some elite defenses with the 49ers in 2017 and 20, and now he's back in San Francisco and is striking fear in the opposing offenses again. And 2025 has been one of the scarred with injuries, but Salah still has his guys performing at a high level. And we know about his thing with the Jets. It didn't work out. It is what it is. But what he's doing with the 49ers this year, no Bosa, no Fred, two guys that are top 5 in their position, and he's still doing the thing. Still doing it. All right, let's keep rolling. Anthony Weaver. I want to say former assistant or associate head coach here in Baltimore. I think Weaver was the former associate head coach before he left to go to Miami once it was clear that he wasn't going to be the DC here. I don't know if he left after they hired Zach or before. I can't remember. Chat, help me out. I don't know if Weaver left before they hired Zach or after. But his name is on this list as far as, guys that have been interviewed. Guys that have, but I didn't see where it is. But but it say this article, I'm saying he has been interviewed, but I didn't see it. But long story short, no for me. That's a big no for me. I don't know why. I don't want that. I just want new everything. If you ain't keeping Todd, new everything. So that's why I want to retread with Weaver. Even I know it's in a different role. This is just my opinion. What pay the bill say? You don't want to go back to the carpet store. Weaver left prompting the ZO hire same year. Okay. like I said, I just don't know if he left after or before. I'm trying to see if y'all put it in the chat. See what y'all said. Tay like me, no sir, no sir, nope. Next, I see you. Let's go to the next one. This is a name that a lot of folks like. A lot of people are high on this young fella here. Let's talk about Mike Minter for a hot second. I'm sorry, I said Mike Minter. Jesse Minter. I apologize. Jesse Minter. My bad. Mike Minter, I think, is a linebacker that used to knock people out. Jesse Minter has the Los Angeles Chargers ranked as the 5th best defense in 2025. A ton of familiarity with the Ravens, and I know. I just said retread with Weaver. Golly, with Weaver, but Minter has been with or around Harbaugh's for a while, and I say Harbaugh's with an S, both in the pros and in college. If and if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. If we do any kind of hiring from that tree, so to speak, this young fella would be my only exception. He'd be my only exception. Y'all know what he's doing. They didn't play bad yet last night. The offense just was atrocious, and we all know who their OC is in playoff time. So the defense didn't play bad, but their offense was atrocious. Moving on. I don't know why I did that. See if it come up. All right. Well, I ain't gonna even do my man like this. I'm finna go find a picture of my mans and put him up here because I ain't gonna do him like this. We're gonna go to the last one. We'll go to Schwartz, and it might be on the back end. Schwartz, recently, this name just popped up recently for me. Schwartz is the defensive coordinator for Cleveland Browns that play that man cover one a lot, and they play very little zone, but they've been real effective. I don't know how effective Schwartz will be with out a Myles Garrett type. Myles Garrett makes that whole scheme go because he's getting pressure regardless. Unless you use all 5 guys to block him, you're not doing nothing with Myles on that side. And they can play man because they got decent corners as well. Also has Ravens ties that I read today. They're longer. They're like way in the past Ravens ties, but he had Ravens ties as well. All right, so my other picture didn't show. Let me go get this other picture for you because we ain't finna do my man like that. We ain't finna do neither one of them. Neither one of them we finna do like that. We're gonna do this right. I apologize to the 2 I got waiting on the back end, but we gotta do this right. Gotta do this right. Hold on, I gotta find a JPEG. Them other versions ain't gonna pop up there. I got 2 more guys to do, fellas. Give me 1 sec. I'm sorry. When I tried this earlier, it worked. There we go. We'll take that one. I just need to know where I'm saving it. Save it to my desktop. But that'll work. Right, let me add this new one up here for y'all. I apologize for acting and being ill prepared, but sometimes that happens because I tested this stuff earlier and it didn't act right. So desktop, with my desktop. Come on now. The people waiting. The people is waiting. All right, here we go. Brian Flores is one of the 2 I had left. We all know Brian has the lawsuit. So a lot of people trying to hold that against him. And he's only had 1 piece of interest, and that was from us. So I think Samuel Njoku tried to say that was that's telling that he's only had 1 interview. I personally disagree with that. I think he's only had 1 because a lot of those folks are scared to break that ownership cluster and give him an opportunity. Apparently, we are not scared. We're not scared of the other 32 owners. That's why I feel it is. But it said Flores was the head coach of Miami. He didn't want Tua. He didn't want to tank for Tua, and that led to a bashing between him and the owner. Then when he tried to get other jobs, it felt like he kind of got blackballed. And then like when Dayball got the job in New York, Belichick texted Flores mistakenly congratulating him like a day or 2 before it even got announced that Dayball got that job. So that added more fuel to the fire for this lawsuit. And if you didn't know, Yeah, Bill Belichick. He mistakenly Brian Flores when he meant to text Brian Dayball and say congratulations for the job in New York. Flores was like, what? I don't know if he just say wrong Brian Bill or what, but he texted him like 2 days earlier. So that kind of added fuel to the fire for the other thing. But Flores is one of the guys that's my front runner. And then the last one is the guy that replaced it. Mike McDaniel. And I'll throw Mike up there real quick. Because both of them, the one that was blank, both of them were on it. I had them side by side. So, and it didn't act right. So I just got to throw this up here now. And then after this one, we come into the phone line. All right. Last but not least, Mike McDaniel. Even if Mike, let me do this back over here. Even if Mike is not the head coach, which I don't think I want him to be the head coach, I want him to be the OC. Oh, Terrence Marshall. Appreciate you, dog team. Terrence Marshall, that third receiver that was on that LSU team. Terrence Marshall. Appreciate it. But even though I don't want Mike as the head coach, I'll go ahead and say that right now. I want Mike as the OC. So we all know what went on with Mike. He's a brilliant play designer. Tua is a little sus. When he had his full complement of guys, Tyreek, Waddle, and a competent none wobble down the road. Tua, remember when Tua got hit and he couldn't walk? Before that, they were cooking. After that, not so much. What he would do with a Lamar Jackson is, I think, would be absolutely nuts. So with that being said, we got 3 on the line. I'm gonna drop the link again, and we're gonna get to these 3 guys here in just a second. We're gonna start with Jared. Jared was up there first. And let me take this down because we don't need that. And let's bring Jared on in. Unmute yourself, Jared. What's good?
I'm blessed, brother. What about yourself, Coach?
Same, can't complain. Same
here, man.
Good
and I'm good, man. I like I said, I can't complain. And I missed the call-in show when John Harbaugh first got fired. Mm-hmm. So I missed that. And I want to just say what I've been telling you. Everything involving John Harbaugh that he touched need to go.
Yep.
And that's what happened. So I'm excited. Don't mean to kick a man while he down, but it was time for him to go.
Jared, don't feel that way, Jared. I normally feel that way about coaches, but I got to remember his money guaranteed. He ain't hurting.
Oh yeah, he ain't hurting. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, I'm gonna snap out of that. But anyway, the coaches, 2 coaches that I want us to get is, of course, Brian Flores and Klint Kubiak. I think that Brian Flores will bring dogs on the defense and help shout out to Lunch Break High taking them boys. They always say defund the defense. I think he's the type of person will look and see all the defensive players on our squad is getting paid and not doing nothing, and get them to be like, hell no, y'all got to go.
Right.
Let's get some dogs up in here. And then, but also we need some more weapons to help Lamar out, especially offensive guard. So I believe people like Klint. And now if we get Klint Kubiak, I'll definitely be excited.
As the head coach or the OC?
Both.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind both. Because I believe that BTF Damon said, we hope that this front office is competent enough to get, say hypothetically we get Klint Kubiak, that we'll get a defensive coordinator and they'll do their thing. But I'm excited, man. I'm just sitting and watching y'all good content creators and seeing what's going to happen, man.
So Kubiak is Kubiak your number 1?
Brian Flores is my number 1, but I wouldn't mind Klint. I wouldn't be upset with Klint Kubiak at
What
all.
what what about as far as a coordinator? Anybody on that list you like as a coordinator?
Uh, I wouldn't mind. Was that Brady kid
Mm-hmm.
as an offensive coordinator?
Okay, that's the Bills coordinator. Okay,
Yeah, I wouldn't mind him. Um, and then our defensive coordinator, I wouldn't mind on Salah. Salah.
yeah, I like. I'm really coming around to him. I'm and just thinking like watching that game and just thinking about like he ain't got no Fred, he ain't
And
got no
all they
Bosa.
starters gone. All they linebackers is gone. They dealing with
Hufunga's
backup.
out of there.
Yeah.
Greenlaw's out of there.
Mm-hmm.
One of their best corners gone. Hey, I wouldn't be mad. But the thing is, I don't think he'll move as a DC. I think it's gonna be head coach or nothing for him. Even though he had a terrible, terrible time in New York.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. But but we gonna see, man. I'm just I just want Lamar to get his ring, man, before it's too late. Because his
I agree.
window, he and I think he still when he even when he get in his 30s, he's still gonna do his thing. But still, we we don't know, so we need to try to get to that point where we trying to win that Super Bowl for him, man. But that's all I got, man.
Got you. Appreciate you, Jared. And make sure if you don't, you go over there and subscribe to the Southern Baller Show. That's where Jared is. They talk a lot of general football and a lot of HBCU football sports as well. So appreciate you, Jared. Oh, and they do some self-conscious stuff too. I saw them Sunday morning when I couldn't join because I was doing some church stuff, but
Black man's perspective.
Black man's perspective. Yeah,
Yes,
man's
sir.
perspective. So make sure you go over there and check that out. And when he came, well, no, I'm not on that program. I was going to say when you came through the chat, a link should have came up for your stuff, but I'm not on that program today, so it didn't. But y'all will see it. And if not, go over there, Southern Baller Show with Jared Green and his brother. I appreciate you,
Yes,
Jared.
sir. I appreciate you, Coach. You be blessed, man.
You too. All right, next up, we got my man's Cam. What's good, Cam?
What's up, Coach?
Chilling.
Yeah, man, I didn't need to get have a chance to call in either. Like I was at the gym, but you know, you kind of reap what you sow, man. You reap what you sow. And man, did you see man Zach Orr? Oh, side note, a quick side note. Did you see Zach Orr is being interviewed for the Cowboys DC job?
I did.
Someone paid for Voch, man. Someone paid for Voch. That's insane. But
I don't just I like a lot of y'all out on, or I feel like we was terrible up front, but we'll see.
You'll see, man. Like,
we'll see.
Man, like for my top two, man, like it's like Klint, Kubiak, and Blind Flores, man. But after this weekend, like Salah's up there as well.
Yeah.
I like Mentor as a DC, but I just don't trust.
Who was the last name you said?
Mentor.
Mentor. Okay.
Yeah, I like him, but I don't trust him to hire a OC. Because he's heavily involved in the Harbaugh tree. You know what I'm saying? So I don't trust his OC hire. Like other reports that it may be like maybe like Brian Dable.
Brian Dable for what?
For the OC, if a Mentor gets hired as a head coach, maybe.
Oh.
Or like maybe like Kingsbury maybe as well. So like I don't really trust his OC hire, so that kind of like scratches him off. Even though I do like his defense. So on top of like Kubiak, Flores, and Salah, and listening to the Fire Zone podcast, they kind of swayed me more towards the Flores route and instead of Kubiak because like they kind of bring up a good point about the shady style offense. They always kind of like fizzle out in the playoffs because they don't really adjust. They do their things really well. They do the outside zone really well, the play action, the bootlegs. But they really don't evolve with that. And like the good team in the playoffs kind of figure them out. So, and then I really like what Flores did in Miami, even though he was a tank. So it was like it kind of pushed me more towards Flores, man. But like I'll have to see what the Salah and Kubiak battle this Sunday, because I think Like I will grade Salah on the career because pretty much all his starters are out on defense. But like I think we all should really check out that game, the Niners versus Seahawks game, because both our head coach candidates are directly playing each other. So I think that's going to be a really good matchup to see.
Third time too.
To see it, yeah, like and again, like I'm gonna guess Salah a little break because he's missing all his defenders. So if they get like blown out, I kind of expect it, because they're just missing too many people. But if they hold up, then that's really impressive. You know what I'm saying? And also, we get to see if Kubiak's offense holds up in the playoffs because you see with the Saints, if they started out hot and
really
hot, and then fizzled off, and then this season they're kind of like up and down.
Right.
So it's like I really want to see.
The one negative I will say about Kubiak is I feel like he has an elite running back, and he ain't putting up elite numbers. I personally feel like Kenneth Walker is an elite back.
Yeah, like
an elite outside zone back.
Yeah, like
but
he
they
gets them all the way
feature
down there.
Charbonnet more.
Yeah, he gets them all the way down there, but then as soon as like goal line comes, Charbonnet comes in. So maybe they just don't trust Walker down in the goal line situations.
Or maybe Charbonnet just better or short. I'm sorry, Charbonnet may just be a better short yardage back, kind of like in Detroit. Like I mean, if I'm a Detroit coach and we get to the 5, I'm probably taking Jamar out and putting number 5 in. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, but also like before my time runs out, like even though I do like McDaniel more as the OC, like Cole Jackson, he did bring up a pretty good Twitter post that made you think, head coach Mike McDaniel, the OC, the Nathan Scholastic, he's the pass game coordinator for the LA Rams, and then the DC is Jim Schwartz. It's like I kind of have a mixed reaction to that.
Who was the offensive coordinator that he said?
Nathan Scalahaz. He is
the passing game coordinator for the Rams.
Yeah.
Okay, I got some notes on him. Let me read these notes real quick to you. I stopped your time. It says, according to Albert, the Ravens put in a request to interview Los Angeles Rams pass game coordinator Nathan.
Yeah.
Per sources, he had requests from the Raiders, Browns, and Ravens. Chris Shula has also had requests from the Ravens as well.
Yeah.
And OC Mike LaFleur. So the 3 Rams coaches all have requests, but they can't do anything because they're still playing.
Yeah. So it's like McDaniel as a head coach, that dude as an OC, and then Jim Schwartz as a DC. I wouldn't necessarily mind it because I think Schwartz brings in that toughness and stability, but Mike brings in that kind of like levitativity and offense creativeness. And I think
if you can mesh what Mike does with what McVay does, that would be pretty good. That ain't bad.
Yeah, and
that ain't a bad thought.
Like, I know. Like Cole kind of hit a little bit. I know it's kind of hard because how it went with Miami, but I think there was some stuff out of his control. And bringing in an established DC and Schwartz would help him command more of the locker room. Because like you won't have. I don't know, man. Like I think it's a good opinion, and I do think it said a lot that Miami still fought for him, even though it was kind of obvious he was about to get fired.
Who?
That McDaniel, like Miami, the players still fought for him in the end.
Hell, they went on a lit streak once they fired because when I went to the game, they had a airplane flying around say fire the general manager. I ain't see the like hate for McDaniel. I just saw they had an airplane flying around say fired the general manager. They fired the GM, and they went on a nice little streak after we beat them. So
it says a lot that they didn't quit on him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I do think giving him another chance with the established DC and quite frankly a better quarterback I think it will result in better results than Miami. So just like a quick thought, it's like McDaniel's not my top choice, but that suggestion Cole gave kind of made me think twice. It's like,
that ain't bad.
Not bad. Yeah,
that ain't bad. I got one more behind you, Cam. I appreciate you, and we'll throw once some more information come out about these coaches, we'll throw another one up and see what we think. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks, Coach.
All right, so that's Cam, and then our last one for today. What up, dog team?
What's good, Key? How you doing, dog?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Just waiting for this this a good old hate watch, which I think not gonna turn out the way the closer we get to game time, the more I feel like Aaron Rodgers got a trick up his sleeve.
but you know what? I'm rooting for Tomlin, though. I'm rooting for everybody black, and their coach is black. So I mean, y'all are true Ravens fans, so you can't root for the Steelers.
I definitely ain't rooting for
them. Nah, but I
get them.
Yeah, I feel you. But then but I guess we can't lose because we got a black quarterback and a black coach. So with the Texans, so I guess either whoever wins is a win. But
so you conflicted. You just watching. You just watching.
This will be the first game this weekend. I didn't really watch any games this weekend. I was trying to be on family duty because football season. I'm doing all the stuff with this program. In Miami, I had to turn the TV off and spend a good quality time with the kids, with the wife and the kids. But I'm gonna be on. I'm watch the game tonight, dude. I think
definitely. You gotta take care of them first.
But on the coaching search, you could take Jim Schwartz off the DC list because he's still under contract with the Browns. So what the Browns said, they interviewed him for the head coach. So what the Browns said is that that they're trying to keep the defensive side of the ball together. So the only way that he's leaving is as if he's leaving as head coach, but they're trying to keep because they're trying to keep Myles Garrett happy.
Gotcha.
And that defense happy. Gotcha. That defense is as you know is playoff ready. They just need somebody to come in there and get the offense right and get the offensive line and all that stuff. But as far as who I think will be a good fit, you don't like Anthony Weaver, but I think he'd be a good head coach because
I could be wrong. I just like first thoughts was no. Like, and I ain't seen nothing that made me say no. I just remember like him being here with Harbs, and I'm just trying to, get away from that mentality. And he may not even have that mentality. That may be why he left. I don't know. I just, I could be persuaded to that, depending on who the coordinators will be. But just my first thought was no.
I got you. And the thing with him though is that I don't think he's a hardball guy per se. I mean, because he played for Belichick, and Marvin Lewis. Because he played for the Ravens back in the day.
I know.
Yeah. So I think he would come in and have his if you did hire him, I think he'd come in and have his own swag. But it just depends on what just your opinion of what you want. What is a fan who you want the head coach to be. I think Vance Joseph deserves another shot because he got a raw deal in Denver to where he had Paxton Lynch and Brock Osweiler as his quarterbacks, but he had the defense playing well, and people giving Sean Payton the credit for the Broncos. That defense was drafted and sacked before Sean Payton got there.
I know.
Sean Payton was hired to be the offensive guy, and the offense is not good. Joe Brady's another one. Now, the thing I don't like Salah, but the thing I like about what Joe Brady did, because you remember how he was in college. I don't know if you remember, he was Matt Rule's offensive coordinator when Matt Rule was a coach in Carolina, and the offense was bad. And he adjusted his way that he calls plays up in Buffalo, so he looks like he would be is somebody that could adjust. But the thing is, do you want somebody who's a CEO or do you want somebody who's a tactician? If you want somebody who's a CEO, I say you go with Weaver or somebody like that. If you want a tactician, it depends on what you think the side of the ball that needs the most help.
I don't know if you had a chance to listen to it yet, but Chris said something really, really interesting to me on this latest version of Deep Cover Podcast. He said that he wants a coach that is the system. That way, if you lose your coordinators, whether it be offense or defense, the system stays in place because you are the system. So that made a lot of sense to me.
And so with that being said, then I'll push for Flores to be our coach. And I think Flores, to me, the issue that Flores ran into in Miami is that Miami's owner is a meddler. And Chris Greer is the GM, black GM down, who's the GM in Miami, who had been there for almost 20 years.
Right.
So that is system the way they did, and they hired an outsider to come in there, and they wanted him to tank it. And the thing with Flores, I don't think he would have the same issue with Stephen Ross. He wouldn't have the same issue with Bisciotti as he had with Stephen Ross, because Bisciotti seems like he will hire you and let you
do your thing.
You know what I'm saying? And what Flores did, he set the culture for them, and those guys played for him and they won for him. They weren't expected to do anything, He lost the first year they were there. They won 10 games and they won 9. They didn't make the playoffs either year, but they won 10 games one year. Then they won 9 games the other year. So you come in here, he's gonna, and I think him working with Tomlin really helped him. So that way he maybe I can't do the Patriot way like that. So he learned from Tomlin, and he learned in Minnesota. He's ready to be a head coach. And I think if any guy gets an opportunity, I think you guys will do it. And I don't think that you will be disappointed if you hire him as your head coach, because I think he'll get that side. He'll get that side. They'll be disciplined. They'll know what to do. And I think that now the thing is offensively, who is he going to run the offense? And I think that answers your question about the head coach to be the system, because even with Kubiak, like the offensive guys they've interviewed, Kubiak, you look at his offenses aren't nothing to write home about. If anything, maybe bring in Brian Flores, and maybe he brings in the passing game coordinator for the Rams, and that guy learns how to learn, because even if you look at a lot of those McVay,
that's the person Cam was talking about.
Right, but those McVay and those Shanahan guys, McVay and Shanahan called the plays.
Yep.
So with McConnell, his first time calling plays was when he became the head coach of the Vikings. Zach Taylor's first time calling plays was when he became the head coach of the
Bengals.
And the same thing with Mike McDaniel in Miami. And growing pains, but I think he got the gist of it. So my dream scenario for you guys is Brian Flores as the head coach. Either bring in the I can't say his name either, the young guy from the Rams to be your play
Nathan Shieldhouse.
Some like whatever it is. Back up the Brinks truck to bring in Mike McDaniel to call the plays, because could you imagine running plays with Mike McDaniel and with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry in the backfield, and that misdirection with Keaton Mitchell. And you got Zay coming across, put Zay in that he's not Tyreek Hill, but put Zay in the Tyreek Hill mode. And then
please re-sign Likely.
Yeah, and then put Tez Walker in that. But the only thing about that though is that McDaniel likes his even though Likely can block, McDaniel don't like those type more receiving first tight ends. I think that's why Gesicki's wasn't in Miami after that 1 year, because he likes the George Kittle types. That's the only thing. We are, but
I don't think it's about 5 tight ends in the NFL that are for real blockers.
But we know that. But coaches always going to go to they want to get people who remind them of the success they had before. That's how these guys. They used to run the system. That's how they do.
Okay, well, if we don't re-sign Likely, Mark and Kolar, there you go.
Yeah, I say re-sign him too, though, man. But I don't want Salah for you guys. I kind of looked at the Jets a little bit, because I kind of look at all the teams. And the way he handled that situation up there, I wouldn't want that for you guys. And I know you got to get ready for your next show. The thing with everybody saying that the Ravens is the best job out there, it's appealing. The only thing about you take any coach that's stepping into this job is expectations. And so it's like, whoever takes this job has to be expected to win. Expected to win and to win now, because I think that's where, I don't know, you saw the interview between that Bisciotti and Harbaugh had early in the year when on the show, but I think that Bisciotti's timeline to winning and Harbaugh's timeline to winning weren't the same, because you remember when Harbaugh said that it's not Super Bowl or bust. We just want to give ourselves opportunity and hopefully we win. Bisciotti is like, nah, nigga. Oh, excuse my ladies. Nah, buddy. I'm 70 something. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to do this. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and then last thing, y'all don't want Stefanski nowhere near y'all team, bro.
I don't.
You don't. He's the most. Yeah, you don't want the problems, dog. You don't want these problems, man. But I missed. Like I said, I missed last week. Before I get out of here, what's your dream scenario? If you had to pick your head coach, OC, and DC, who would it be? Or just head coach on what side, and what would you say?
Head coach. Right now, head coach Flores. Mike McDaniel as OC, and probably somebody that Flores trusts is DC, because he probably still gonna call it. And Plan B, Salah. And I would say Flores, but I don't think he'll come work for Salah.
Well, he's not under contract.
Who? Yeah, no, his contract. Yeah. I
So
still don't think. I don't think he'll come work. Well, he might. He might. But that's for S's and G's. Flores. I'm sorry, not Flores. Salah, Flores, and McDaniel. But McDaniel's in both of them. Both of my dream scenarios.
And what you can do to get him to come is you like they did with Anthony Weaver. You bring him on as the DC and assistant head or associate head
coach. Yeah,
and you pay him the money to do or similar if you with Flores, you bring Mike McDaniel in, pay him whatever $5-7 million a year as an OC and associate head coach. But the only thing with if Salah's your head coach, Salah's a 4-3 guy, and Flores is 3-4. If Salah's the head coach, he's not bringing Mike Flores.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
But I appreciate you, coach, man. I love what you're doing, man. You get me through these dog days down here.
I appreciate you for tuning in, dog team. And they with you or they back?
So they're back in Jacksonville. So
okay.
I drive. I make that 5-hour drive every Friday, and then I drive back either Sunday or Monday morning. Come back here and do with the kids down here, man. So keep it.
Hey, stay at home this week because the city's about to get crazy next week.
Oh well, I will definitely be down here for the some of the brothers already coming down here. I'll definitely be out and about. So I don't know if you're making your way down this way.
I am not. I want no parts of that. I want the TV and that's it.
No, I got you. But it's a Monday night game, so I'm gonna be in the mix anyway. So I'm not on call, so I'll be out in the streets. I don't have a rooting interest, so but we root for everything black and we root for everything Florida. So
Gotcha. I appreciate you, dog team.
Except UF.
UF.
No, I hate UF, dog. Because
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about them.
Yeah, you got to go.
We'll talk about that. All right, team. I appreciate it.
All right, dog.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for today. If you want more, myself and Nitro, we're going to talk about the playoffs games from this week. I'm sure we're going to talk about some of this as well, but so I can get his thoughts. Yeah, we do, Mike. And so that's what's going to happen in the next 10 minutes. We're going to be on More Sip to Tally, which is my second channel. Nitro will be over there with me, and we're going to talk about. We're probably going to mention some of these guys, and I'll probably throw this up here and see what he thinks about them as well. But we're going to talk about the games from this weekend. And so if you don't mind, come on over to More Sip to Tally. If you're not subscribed over there, please do so, because myself and Nitro, which is the Wonderkin Show, will be live in about 10 minutes. So I appreciate y'all for coming through. Like the video. I don't know how many likes we got, but we do have 463 people watching. So if you're on X, come to YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Because I don't know if you're just waiting on my videos to come to you on X. I do maybe once a week on X, just to remind y'all to come to YouTube. So that's why you get one or two on X, and then the rest of them be on YouTube. So I appreciate y'all, man. Peace and love, and I'll see y'all soon. Matter of fact, let me throw this up there before we go. These are Patreons and members. Patreons and members. Just me saying thank you. That's all. Just saying thank you. I'm gonna try to make sure I put this out more, because simply y'all deserve it. Y'all deserve it. On that note, see y'all on More to the Tally soon. Peace, y'all.